Hi there, this is, turn around there, Miko. This is Jeff Bryde, and this is installment number 4 of the Confession of a Whistleblower, and hopefully it'll be the last one. In my other videos on YouTube, they told about, the ups and downs and the depression and stuff like that, but, I actually lived a pretty damn good life, and I've been across Canada by train. I've been to Hawaii 5 times, Vegas twice. I've been through the Oregon coast, California, Arizona, Mexico. So, I shouldn't complain. But what's really kind of, is kind of, I want to get in the open is that how my union, which was supposed to protect me, let me down. These are things I never had the chance to say in my other YouTube videos. One was that, I let the union know back in 2011 about the bin contamination, and I told our union rep to come down, and actually 3 times I told her to come down, and she never did. And I think the 4th time I asked her, I said, did you ever make it down to the packing house to look at the contamination? And she said no. And I said, well, maybe you should get off your ass and take a look down there. And then she said, well, geez, I find you very offensive. And that's when I hung up on her. And the second thing that kind of didn't seem right is when it was January 2012, and I told her I was going to go to WorkSafe BC about the contamination, and she told me not to. Which it just doesn't make sense. Why would your union rep not want to, if there was a hazardous material or whatever at the workplace, why wouldn't your union go on your side? That's why there is some sort of collaboration between the the packing house and the union, and I won't be the only person to say this. I mean, you ask a lot of the former workers, they would probably say the same thing about union misrepresentation. And I think what the union probably had it out for me was back in 2010, somebody was trying to get hold of me from Orchard and Vine, which is a publication to do with the winery and fruit industry, and they wanted to know some scoops about, the illegal work stoppage and stuff like that, and they asked me if I could, submit a story, and they actually wanted to use my name, and I said, geez, I'd rather not. Well, by the end of our conversation, one of the writers said, this would make a very credible story if we could have your name. So anyways, that's the last I heard of it until a union lawyer, and this was in September of 2011, mentioned about Orchard and Vine. And then that article, I mentioned about misrepresentation from our union, and also about decertifying. That a lot of workers are upset with the representation, and we may be better off decertifying. Now that's as far as it went. I mean, I was no ringleader when it came to union activities or whatever, but I think probably that's why the union probably had it out for me, and why they actually wanted me terminated. I can't prove it. All I can do is kind of assume that's what happened. And and another thing which is kind of strange, which I never mentioned before, is that all the people who were involved in me getting terminated were actually fired themselves. A week after I got fired, our operation manager got canned, the CEO got canned. A month and a half later, the human resource manager, she got canned, and then in January, 3 months after, the plant manager got fired. So I don't know if there was if this was a coincidence, or the board of directors wanted to get rid of all the people who might have been involved with me getting fired and stuff like that. So, you know, these are questions that I want answered, and the only way to get these answers is to have some sort of inquiry, which, God, I don't think that that'll ever happen. You know, so I don't, I'm kind of at the end of the line right now, and that train behind me, it stopped, so you don't have to worry about that train running me over. You know, that's just a backdrop for this video. So anyways, I don't know what's going to happen. The last time WorkSafe BC did some sort of inspection, it was in June of 2011. I believe it was June 20th or something, and then once again in August 5th. And those were the only two times they actually came into the plant. While there was contamination bins coming into the plant in September of 2011 and also in September of 2012. So why they didn't do a follow-up, I have no idea. I want to get to the bottom of this, and I don't know how I can do this. I got something in mind which is pretty radical. I'm not even sure if I should mention this, but it's something that I hope maybe the only way to get some sort of a public inquiry into this cover-up. And hopefully, another thing that is kind of puzzling is that I was denied EI when I got terminated. I was denied EI because they said I got fired because of my misconduct. And they actually went down to my appeal to make sure I didn't draw EI. Now, you talk about, you know, knocking somebody down, you know, hitting somebody when they're down. And I think if I was able to draw EI, I wouldn't be in this position right now. I wouldn't be a homeless person living in an RV. I would still have my home. So if you call this sour grapes, call it what you want. All I know is that the company did wrong, and God, I don't know if I would ever get an apology from the company. I would like apology. I would also like apology from the union, which I don't think is going to happen. Like I say, this is it's going to be going on too long. I can't wait 3 years for WorkSafe BC to do their investigation into my discrimination claim. I can't take it because it's just been so overwhelming, and you know. But anyways, something has to give, and like I've said before, I'm hoping for a happy ending. I have to keep my options open. I'm still looking for work. That might be another thing, is that my age, you know, maybe my age has a lot to do with it too. I said I'm 59 years old, and who wants to gamble on a guy who's 59 years old? So apart from being a whistleblower and being blacklisted, my age is also something that's it's getting against me and all that. So anyhow, hopefully this will be an installment of, you know, the confession of a whistleblower, and maybe my last posting will be a happy posting, you know. So anyways, like I said, thank you very much for your time again, and I just wish you the best. Okay, thanks a lot, folks.